Hi guys, my name's Discontinued, and I've decided to start doing some gaming videos and reviews of some of the games that I'm playing. I'm currently live streaming some games on my Mixer channel, which the link will be below, but it's mixer.com/discontinued29. And from those videos, I'm going to be creating some shorter cut-up review videos of some of the games I've been playing. I play a lot of Xbox GamePass and video games, so I'm hoping I can start some regular content with a bit of a different slant on from a lot of the video vlogs and gaming vlogs that are already out there. So the first game that I'm going to review is going to be a game that flagged up earlier this week, about 7 days ago on Xbox Game Pass as a new game that's just come out. It's called The Long Dark. It's a game I hadn't heard of before. It's been out for quite a few years in various kind of beta modes, sandbox modes, for a survival aspect, which is, you know, without a set story, just that you're in an environment, and the key is survival. And they've released now in separate chapters. In separate chapters, a story mode element to the game in which you start off as one of the main characters in the story and work your way through a set of scenarios through the different maps, all the while still kind of staying true to the survival aspect. So you start off playing as a guy called Mackenzie. He's a pilot, and it's all set up in northern Canada. On a remote island just off the coast. It's post-apocalyptic. There's been a massive financial crash, and basically civilization as we know it's fallen apart, and people living in remote areas such as this island have been completely cut off from all support, and there's weird things going on, and it kind of hints to that, but it doesn't really answer any questions. There's lots of things with like aurora lights, electricity. There's some kind of EMP's gone off, but when the aurora's on, there's flashing of lights and electricity comes back on, which you kind of have to use in the story to your advantage. Certain things require electricity and you can only really use them at those times, and you're kind of traipsing around a massive open world with a selection of mini-maps that are big within themselves, but you're moving between these mini-maps, and you've got a set of tasks. Now, there is an element in this, there's a lot of walking backwards and forwards, and it's slow going. There's no vehicles, there's no way to kind of speed it up, and that's part of the beauty of the game in itself. It's supposed to be quite true to kind of more of the survivalist aspects than a lot of the other games out there. So there's not massive amounts of point and shoot. There's some more small elements. There's a very small amount of ammunition that slowly increases as you go through, but to start with you don't have anything, and you have to kind of avoid danger. And you have a clock in the bottom of your screen, you'll see, where you look at your kind of core body temperature, your fluid intake, your food intake, and your kind of energy and tiredness, and you have to do those things. None of these games where you just play through the night solid. You have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to drink, and you have to stay warm, and those things are running through the story as it is, as you're completing tasks, you're stripping down electronic devices for components, you're rescuing people, you're hunting for food for other people to help them out in exchange for information. There's lots of problem solving elements. The art specifically in the scenery is really beautiful. It's very similar to the Life is Strange style of animation, but the story is a lot more open world and free exploring than those games were. And there's elements where you get your adrenaline pumping as well. There's a huge bear that stalks you, and it's very difficult to deal with, and you have to fight it with a spear, and there's a lot of problem solving in with that, and in how you would utilise strategy best to be able to deal with that, and you die a lot and have to go back and do it. And later on there's things like packs of wolves and how best to deal with that. And there's no set way. It's exactly how you want to gameplay. I've been playing a lot with scavenging and having a lot of things with me, but I'm quite often slightly overburdened. I can jog. I'm not completely overburdened, but I definitely am not travelling light. But then there's aspects in the game where you can travel light, and you can kill food as you're going, create fire and cook, rather than carrying around ration packs, pop, chocolate bars, etc. There's so many ways you can play this game. I've really enjoyed it. I've just got to the end of the 3rd chapter. There's 3 chapters been released, and I discovered that the chapter 4 and chapter 5 have not yet been released, so I'm now at a standstill with it, but I'm really looking forward to those games. I'm going to have a go at the survival mode at some point. I really like this game. I think it's slow paced. It's relaxing. It's great if you do have kind of any chronic illnesses with kind of overload, where you struggle with a lot of the faster paced games. It's quite easy to play through it. The music is brilliant. There's lots of kind of your natural sounds of the wildlife. You use your sounds a lot as well. You tend to hear wolves and bears before you see them or come into contact with them, so it's being very aware of your surroundings, listening when you're walking over ice, whether it's cracking, things like that. So I think it's a really beautiful game, and if you're okay with slower paced games, if you don't like, your really intense first person shooters, if you enjoy exploring, scavenging, roaming, and you like the survivalist aspect, you like the fact there are NPCs, but they're very rare. And their appearances are very enriching, but you mostly find bodies with notes, very much like Fallout. There's a lot of lore behind it. You can really kind of look what was going on, what the area was used for, what life was like before, what happened since the financial crash. So if you really enjoy your scavenging, your lore finding, your problem solving, and being completely engrossed in an environment, I highly recommend this game. So yeah, I'd probably give it, I don't know, let's see, I have a score of 10. I'd probably give it a 7 for me, I think. Yeah, really enjoyable. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Like and subscribe if you like my videos. I'm hopefully going to be doing more. If there's any games on Xbox Game Pass you'd like me to do, I'll have a look. Some of them I probably played, some of them I may not have done. And yeah, hopefully new content coming soon. Thank you very much for watching.